कहता था कि अगर ना तुमने मुझसे डाइवोर्स भी ली या कुछ भी किया ना तो मैं तुम्हें मरवा दूंगा, या तुम्हारी मदर को या तुम्हारे किसी भी घर वाले को, जो भी आया मैं उसको मरवा दूंगा।
This harassment did not stop at words, and the police could not do anything to help Saliha's family.
27 जुलाई को मैंने पहली एप्लीकेशन दी थी कि मुझे इस तरह ये धमकियां दे रहे हैं, इन्होंने मुझे इस तरह घर से निकाल दिए और अब मुझे धमकियों पे धमकियां दे रहे हैं। ठीक है, इन लोगों ने एप्लीकेशन तो एक्सेप्ट कर ली थी लेकिन कोई भी FIR नहीं काटी। ठीक है, और 2 जैन को मेरी खुला पूरी हुई है और 3 जैन को इन्होंने गोली मार दिया। उसके बाद ये लोग पीछे पड़े रहे हैं, जी हमसे FIR आप कटवा लें, हम आपके साथ हैं।
The process of FIR registrations have been traditionally slow in Pakistan. Delays are a regular feature of the criminal justice system. Shazia Masih incident and the death of retired Colonel Ikram Khan are 2 incidents where the respective families of these people faced the same type of delay. Human rights activist Faryal Gohar says change can only be brought by a paradigm shift.
If you're talking about a modern system of the delivery of justice, that system has not been allowed to take root because the other system prevails. That is a system of patriarchy. That is a system of inequitous distribution of justice. Justice only for the powerful. So until we disband the older, much more complex, much more insidious, much more dangerous system which is predicated on injustice, we cannot expect to be moving towards a more just society.
Former IG Punjab Azhar Nadeem says that apart from corruption and lack of resources, manipulation plays a big part of the policing problem.
In the long run, you need structural reforms, but probably we are not yet prepared to accept a politically neutral police. You know that we are yet not at that stage of development that, you know, there will be extreme opposition.
And Saliha awaits for her share of justice. Since her FIR was registered, the culprits have now been declared proclaimed offenders, but they remain at large.
लेकिन मेरी वज़ीर आज़म से अपील है कि इनको कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दे। मेरी छोटी सी बच्ची के साथ बड़ा सलूक।
And Saliha is still getting threat calls from her imprisoned ex-husband. Saliha's family, like many others, live in constant fear as they are on the mercy of the pace at which the protectors of public make the access to justice possible for them. Rabia Mahmood, Express 24/7, Lahore.
A 25-year-old deaf woman is amazing all by proving that success is not dependent on sense of hearing or speaking. Sidra Haq has the remarkable tale of this lady who has defied all odds.
Zara Hussain is proof that there is nothing that can stop you once you've made up your mind. The 25-year-old does not have the ability to hear, but this hasn't hindered her in any way from reaching for the stars. Zara is a full-time teacher to a group of deaf students, but it's her credentials when she was a scholar that boggles the mind. She topped her class in Punjab University amongst a batch of normal students. And rightly so, since Zara Hussain considers herself anything but disabled.
मैं बहुत एहतराम करती हूँ कि मैं इसी को बताया बच्चों के लिए कि बच्चे अच्छा बढ़िए अच्छा इसे और कॉन्फिडेंट से पाकिस्तान पर बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी फैसिलिटीज होती है, बहुत ही ज्यादा इसी को बताइए आपको बच्चे की तरफ से आप प्राइवेट सेक्टर पर बताया इसी को टीचर को बताइए कि बच्चों को कैसी पढ़ाता कुर्सी तरीके से करता टीचर को पता।
Zara completed her master's in education from Punjab University, receiving a gold medal for topping her batch. And now she has her sights set on a PhD from the United States. With numerous accolades to her name, her mother is overjoyed with her success.
वो पाकिस्तान में एक ही डेफ बच्ची है, बल्कि पाकिस्तान नहीं पूरे साउथ एशिया में शी इज द ओनली डेफ स्टूडेंट जिसने यहाँ तक तालीम हासिल की है।
Though her class is small in size, the students are in love with what they consider is a heroic teacher.
सारा अब्बा बहुत अच्छी है, सारा अब्बा कंप्यूटर काम है।
and there's nothing that makes her anything than a woman her age. She keeps in touch with her friends and lends a helping hand to students after class ends. If there's anything that makes Sara Hussain special, it's her inordinary ability to never give in. With reporting from Talib Faridi, this is Sitra Haq for Express 24/7.
Indeed, a remarkable story there. We'll time now for a short break, but before that, we'll take a look at the news updates. 16 killed in suicide attack at a scouts checkpost in Khar Bazaar, Bajor. Prime Minister Gilani says appointment of judges will be done with consultation. Death toll in a US drone strike in North Waziristan goes up to 15. Interior Minister Rahman Malik says Jandullah and Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan involved in Karachi Ashura blast. Punjab Governor Salman Taseer meets Colonel Ikram's family, assures justice. China suspends military exchanges with the United States over its planned arms sale to neighboring Taiwan. And Australia win Under-19 World Cup final after beating Pakistan by 25 runs.
A walking stick is a device used by many people to facilitate balancing whilst walking. It may be used as a defensive or offensive weapon and may conceal a knife or sword, as in a sword stick. Walking sticks come in many shapes and sizes, leading to their being collected. Some kinds of walking stick may be used by the handicapped as a crutch. Walking sticks, also called trekking poles, pilgrims' staffs, hiking poles or hiking sticks, are used by hikers for a wide variety of purposes. To clear spider webs, part thick bushes or grass obscuring the trail, as a support when going uphill or a brake when going downhill, as a balance point when crossing streams, swamps or other rough terrain, to feel for obstacles in the path, to test muds and puddles for depth, and as a defense against wild animals. A walking stick can be improvised from nearby felled wood. More ornate sticks are made for avid hikers and are often adorned with small trinkets or medallions depicting conquered territory.
Express 24/7. News as it happens.
Welcome back to Express 24/7. A look at the international news with my colleague Saad Yusuf.
Thank you, Shahryar. As of Afghan Taliban have denied reports that they have held talks with the UN to make peace. They have called such reports propaganda. The original report of the UN and Taliban talking was made by the outgoing UN envoy. The self-styled leading council of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan said such reports are propaganda by the invading forces against the jihad. Reports of the talks surfaced at the end of the London conference. An unnamed UN official said insurgents requested a meeting with the UN. The two sides then met to discuss peace. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has ruled out talking to the really bad guys in Afghanistan, promising that a new drive to woo moderate Taliban would not set back women's rights. Clinton doubted that Afghan leaders or the international community would reach out to hardliners like Mullah Omar, who headed the Taliban regime, which imposed an austere brand of Islam from 1996 to 2001. Clinton said the U.S. is not going to talk to the really bad guys because the really bad guys are not ever going to renounce Al-Qaeda and renounce violence and agree to re-enter society. Clinton was speaking from London, where a global conference threw its backing behind a multi-million-dollar fund to support Afghan President Hamid Karzai's plan to integrate militants who lay down their arms. Politicians met in the Swiss resort of Davos to discuss ways of making progress in war-torn Afghanistan. Britain's Foreign Secretary David Miliband and Polish Foreign Minister Raclaw Sikorski attended the session. Their French and German counterparts who were scheduled in were unable to attend. Miliband told the gathering that Kabul needed to ease its hold and allow for greater flexibility with local governments. He said it was essential to have incentives on a civilian level as well as a strong military presence to try and convince the Taliban to lay down its arms. Polish Foreign Minister said that the proposal to talk to the Taliban was a positive step forward. The United States is contemplating shifting the trial of the 9/11 mastermind of New York as pressure from local politicians mounts. The development comes right after British Prime Minister Tony Blair testified in a public inquiry on why UK joined the Iraq invasion.